Hello everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play the Occult Chronicles. In the last episode, we had explored a little more of the second floor. I became discombobulated by quest completion, failing to recognize where we needed to go for two of them, or thinking I needed to be on the other sides of the mansion for their turn-ins that we did not need to be on. That was awkward. We wasted a bunch of time running back and forth. Especially when we got the beggar's coin from the corpse of a thief. We needed to turn that in to the talking busts to complete their quest, but I thought it was on the right-hand side of the mansion, and it was on the left-hand side of the mansion. That was a lot of running back around to turn it in, especially because it lowered our wands by 1 point, a cursed coin. We picked up a suit of armor, which is, well, picked it up is the wrong way to describe it. It's now following us, as it wants revenge against the Subotic witches who cursed it. And at the end of the last episode, we had completed the King Gone series of challenges, and got a gun, a Luger, if I recall correctly. Yep, here it is. And you might be thinking, Tim, why are you over here? You ended the last episode over here in the guns. Well, viewer, I messed up the introduction. I began to babble too much over here. I was like, no, let's do this again. But I had walked over here while talking during introduction. Rookie mistake. I am not backing up the save files either, so I can't undo my walk over here. Nothing has happened. I did not mess up a challenge. I'm not reloading the game or anything of that sort. So we're just over here to start. The good news is we're right next to Ben Laszlo. So let's go ahead and I guess I'll quickly save this off because I like this introduction. And now we can go ahead and continue. I think a really quick, viewer, I think I mentioned this before, it could take like 30 minutes for me to record what I consider to be a acceptable intro, which really is aggravating when I just want to record and play the game and I can't because I'm messing up the summary of what happened last time, or trying to describe something to you guys and then I hear myself say something really stupid, incorrectly describing something, and I just want to redo it again. So frustrating. All this babbling, like I'm doing right now. Let's pick up where we left off. All right, we're back, Ben. A better chance to communicate with him. It's 6 target now and 7 tricks instead of the opposite of that. All right, can we speak with him this time? This is a persuasion challenge, isn't it? Puzzle or perception is a scry, not persuasion. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and flip cards. We have a wands card in our hand, a 7. That's a shame. The 8 takes it. Well, sometimes, viewer, the game just doesn't give you a single inch. None of the suits that we had showed up. All right, well, we fail. All right, no penalties, though. It made it tougher. We failed the challenge and it made it tougher. Viewer, why do I play this game again every year? Why do I play this game again every year? Alright, let's continue. Alright, so, 4 of Pentacles. What are we playing here? I feel there's a better use of our knight, but really the knight takes only the page and the 10. Then we have a 9 of Pentacles to make up the difference of everything lower than that. So we'll play the knight here. King of Cups, 2 of Swords. The Queen likely is not here, so we'll play our King and win the challenge. Could take that 6 with our 9. Take that 6 with our knight. Take the 8 with our 3. Okay, not bad. Much better. You clear your throat to look Benway straight in the eye when he glances up. Wait. You clear your throat to look Benway straight in the eye when he glances up. You note from his facial expression the recognition that you are an odd agent, and the faintest hint of a smile crosses his face. Yes, I think you'll do just fine, he says. Your arrival was most serendipitous. I have a task for you. You will be warded, of course. Benway wants you to find his lab refrigerator, which also happens to be this house's only refrigerator, located naturally in the kitchen. Fetch the small jar labeled Bothan juice, and return it here at once. Okay, let's continue exploring the rest of the lab. Oh, there's nothing up here. Okay, there's a Talas Rathi somewhere up here, or maybe it's in the attic. Because we have the portal generator downstairs. Oh well, alright, let's keep exploring. The refrigerator, I think, is downstairs, down these stairs, and somewhat close by. So we'll go grab it and go back up here once we finish exploring all these other little rooms. You see a locked wooden door. There's a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. Well, we have a miserable chance of picking the lock. An okay chance of bashing the door in. I don't think we need to get in there. It's a bathroom, and I don't think there's anything in it that we need. The burning ghost. From out of nowhere, a ghost appears, bathed in flames, and begins running towards you. Your eyes wide in disbelief as the ghost heads directly at you, all the time seeming to be trying to put the flames out by patting his hands all over his body. Although he makes no sound, you could swear that you can hear him screaming in your mind. Horror challenge. These are getting more difficult for us. Well, point-wise, but we're annihilating this one. Actually, we are 10 points over the target number, so we can stop playing at this point. Yep, 7 cards. The ghost runs straight away. Oh my goodness. The ghost runs straight up to you and flails at you. It either wants to use you to put itself out or spread the flames all over to you as well. All over? Over to you as well. You recognize the ghost as a Class 3 full roaming repeater. It probably relives this death run every day at the same time. These spirits can be very dangerous. Our chance to run is actually awful compared to our combat chance, so we're going to fight it. You won't be able to reason with it due to its agitated state, but you should be able to destroy its manifestation with your psychokinetic talents. 6 target, 7 tricks, 8 draw versus running, which is 7 target, 7 tricks, and 7 draw. So, we'll try fighting it. Oh, well, this is an awful hand. A page of pentacles and then nothing higher than a 6. So we are likely going to be taking some damage here. Well, might get lucky. We do not. Try to use the power of your mind to banish the ghost to the spirit world, but its fear and rage overwhelm you. It truly believes that it is still on fire, and that belief spreads to you as well. Okay, so we'll do this again. How's our hand? Only 1 face card and a bunch of okay number cards. Take the 5 with our 7. Take the ace with our 4. Queen of Wands gets our ace. Can take the 6 with the 7, and we win the challenge, and that's all. That's it. Use the power of your mind to halt the ghost and slowly squeeze it out of this world and into the spirit world. Right, we got a bunch of experience points talking to Benway, right? So we should spend some of this. Ranged Edge. Marksman. Whenever a ranged weapon's special ability is used, face cards can be targeted for bumping their values up or down. So we could play a page, is that right? We could play a page and bump it up to a knight with our Luger. It says a number card. Let's look what else we got here. Deadeye reviews ranged weapon special abilities used. Non-face cards can be bumped up to face card. Oh, we would need Deadeye, not Marksman. Whenever a ranged weapon special ability is used, non-face cards can be bumped up to face cards. At edge level 1 up to page, 2 to knight, 3 up to queen, and 4 to king. Let's take Deadeye. I said we need a boat of swords, but we don't, right? We can actually make use of just the cups bone. Is that correct? With our Luger? Select a non-face played card, and it doesn't say here. I'm going to assume we need a swords cup, a bone. So let's take it next. You have run head in... Oh, come on, Tim. I'm sorry, viewers. I apparently cannot read even a few words today without messing up their order. You have run head-on into an armed alien officer. He is wearing a strange spacesuit that resembles the clean suits that you sometimes see Z-Branch technicians wearing back at the Odd HQ. We have a bare chance of fighting him, but the difficulty has gone up here. I still think we'll try. You decide that you need to silence this guy before he can call him back up. Let's see, a king and then a bunch of lowish number cards. A 7, then a 5, and then nothing higher than that 5. King of Wands, 10 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. We have no Wands or Pentacles cards either. Let's just play the 5. How are we doing this, Tim? You play the 5 and hope for a higher Cups card your king can take? And you take a bunch of hits, or you play the king and just take less hits? We take less hits. We take less hits. God. It may be alone, but it is definitely a threat against the better of you. What's your release chance now? I don't need to take this talisman yet. We can take wounds, to my knowledge, from these encounters now, so we don't really want to do that. But I'm going to hope we don't, instead of burning a talisman on the second floor. Try it again. This is even tougher, isn't it? It rose this to an 8 when it was a set. No, well, it was an 8. It didn't make it any easier. Okay. A better hand, though. Two kings, a queen, and a knight. Okay. I feel much more confident this time around. 3. We can take the 3 with our 4. Knight of Pentacles we take with our queen. And we've won the challenge. We have to take the 2 with our king if we want to flip over more cards, and we do. So if we play the king, we're at 10 of a target number, and we win. I don't think it matters if we flip over other cards. You can't flip over more rewards, and I don't think it impacts what rewards show up the higher you go. But we'll do it just for this one, at least. We won! The alien officer falls to the floor, mortally wounded. You can see it struggling for breath. You pull up its hood and can't believe what you see. It's an alien creature unlike any you have ever heard of. It has 4 sharp mandibles projecting around its mouth, and a Rastafarian-like hairpiece. Oh, Vic, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's the Predator. It's describing a Predator face. Really? Alright then. Interesting. We're fighting Predators here. It's been a long time since I've done this particular scenario. I think we can get bullets from this. Yes, quite a few of them if we're lucky. Our Luger is filled up, so these can go into our bandolier. Nice. I'm going to save the game really quick, viewer. Once again, we can get that script error at any moment, so I don't want to lose the bullets we just picked up. Do we go into this bathroom? Let's check it. Okay. Right, we did get another clue token last episode, too. Brings us to 3. I'm not going to go crazy looking for them this time around, though. We already wasted enough time going back and forth last episode. Alright, we're here for that refrigerator. And while we're here, we can go and talk with the baker. We could then explore the body bag room. I avoided it before, thinking in there would be the knife, but we haven't seen the butler, and both dining rooms that we've seen did not have the encounter with the ghostly dinner party, so maybe it didn't actually spawn this time, which would be rare that we didn't get that. The dinner party has one of the best pictures, I feel, with a little ghost girl looking out behind the back of the chair. We can probably also do these quests, Iron Maiden and the Deck of the Red Hand. Oh, we did not step on that spot, did we? What? Oh, you know what happened? Right, we were in this room, and we got chased out by a brain bot. This might be where the Talos Rati is for the Talos Rati portal generator. Okay, let's wrap a few other things up down here while now we're on the ground floor again. You wonder if a curse or a necromancer of some skill has summoned a spirit to animate this skeleton that stands before you. Was it sent after you? Remember from your briefings that its decayed appearance can be deceptive, and prepare yourself. You'll need to either fight or flee. Slightly better chance to use magic. Let's try magic this time. It's a physical creature, so you're sure you can reduce it to ashes with the right spell. The trick is doing so without joining its current dead condition. Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, and some okay, is that right? A range of number cards. Well, the Queen can take our 2. Well, we had an ace, we should have used that. Not that it really matters. Knights can take the knight with our Queen, and we win the challenge. You narrowly avoid a slash as you finish your incantation. It never has a chance to take a second as the spine snaps and it crumbles to the ground. The bones turn to dust before your eyes. Oh, I did a good job on that one. I did a good job on that one. 2 sanity. We're going to go and get the boffin juice first. So, we can either just grab the boffin juice, which is a target value of 1, and we can't fail to do it. Well, we can fail to do it, but it's not likely to fail. Or we can try to mess up this mixture he's working on. Now, usually, I do switch the labels. I don't think there's a difference in what occurs, reward-wise. I think maybe only if you decide to fight Ben Laszlo would it matter. I'm just going to give him the boffin juice this time. Search the bottom row for the vial of boffin juice and take it. It shouldn't be that hard. Queen of Pentacles and a 6 of Pentacles are scryed. We have only an 8, so we'll use that to take the 6. 10 of Wands. We can use our Knight to take you and we win. There it is. You take the vial and put it into your pocket. Well, that's going to be our Bone of Swords taken. And that's all the bones for the different statistics that we now possess. Let's work on... Let's go for a combat edge. The aliens have lost several key personnel recently, and security is getting slack. Our first positive story token. All challenges that involve cups, the primary suit, receive a +1 modifier to number of cards drawn to the player's hand. Well, the story icon is active. Good for traps, basically. Helps you get 1 more draw for trap cards, or physical challenges. By the way, do we still have our 3 clues? Yep, okay. That one event is just bugged. Or maybe it removed the clue from the board and not from our inventory. Or found clue. Let's call it inventory. Alright, Ghost Baker, we completed your quest a long time ago. You decide to tell the ghostly baker that his oven is now clean and ready for use. Maybe this will put him at peace? You cleaned it, you say? Oh, that's great news. I'll make sure you get a little something if any of the donuts are left over. Without a word, the ghostly baker vanishes. This is the card that would have given us all the bones we didn't take, an Arcana card. You receive 1 of each type of bone that you don't already possess after this card uses a trick. So this is basically, there's no reason for us to hold on to this, or not hold on to it. It doesn't benefit us in any way whatsoever. Other than it's a free victory card when we want to play it and take like a king that we don't, that obviously we wouldn't be able to take otherwise. We get 3 more experience points. Let's go ahead and take a combat edge. Combat reflexes. More unrevealed trick cards are put on the board. Extra cards are drawn. makes the challenge easier. I am not as much as a fan of these types of edges any longer, because the balancer will just continually up the difficulty, counteracting this bonus. In other words, if, let's say, this lowered your... Let's say you had 3 points in... 3 points in this edge, to lower the difficulty of combat challenges by 3. There's nothing that would stop the balancer from increasing that difficulty by 8 points to give it the number that it wanted to begin with. So I view these as kind of a trap now these days. More tricks, more unrevealed. How's that different than this? Random number. Okay. Well, we don't... How are these different? Okay, Natural Born Killer is a random number between X and the level of the edge. And Hero is X, level of the edge. Why would you choose this or the other one? I guess technically you want to combine them. Is that the way that works? Well, I don't really like these, but we're forced to take one now. So let's take... Combat Veteran. X additional unrevealed tricks are placed on the board, max of 10, at the start of any combat challenge where X is the level of the edge. And then we'll take a Puzzle Lore Perception edge next. I think we will not go into this room up there. The body bag room can stay there. We're not going to complete this quest either, or I highly doubt it. The dual fighters would require me going up and down. The other painting's probably on the 3rd floor. And well, then again, we haven't found the robot yet. It's someplace in the mansion as well. Oh. You saw them lying on the floor, but you obviously didn't connect the dots. You started off down the hall, giving the burlap sacks a wide berth. You slipped past one large bag and then stopped in your tracks when you heard the ripping sound of cloth being torn by some sharp instrument. You turned to face the sound and witnessed a decaying corpse rising up out of the remnants of the bag. The sharp instruments are razor-like claws. Wishful thinking has put you in a tough position. Body sacks lying on the floor? What did you think was going to happen? I actually did think this was going to happen, because I know this event. Alright, let's try to reduce the amount of damage we're going to take from this hard challenge. Oh, or we're just going to win it. I can hold on to our king, because that guarantees we win. Oh, well. I just fit it anyway. You've seen things worse than this. Wake up in the odd mortuary. The undead creature lumbers towards you. You know exactly what it intends. At this point, it's either fight or flee. You had better hope the rest of these bags don't start moving. Well, I added 2 of these, so let's try one they added. Engage in a psychic duel? There's not really anything left for you to duel, but you're pretty sure you can outwit this creature in some way that can kill it. The boards here look fragile. You just got to get it to trip or fall over and then deliver a quick kick to the head. Can we do that? Yes, we can. You managed to get the zombie to trip over another bag in the hallway and, while it struggles to pick itself up, curb stomp its head to the ground. Nice work. What's in this room? The Iron Maiden. We should do this. Alright. Last time we were here, I mentioned how I usually always decide to climb inside, and we're going to do that this time too. It's a crazy idea and you know it. You feel it calling to you. It wants your blood. It needs your blood. The question is, though, is it strong enough to take it? Alright, 6 target number with 9 tricks and 9 draw. It's pretty good. And we have that world card we can just play if we want to. So, we have 2 queens And then our rest of our hand is awful. Not awful, but not very good. We have 2 aces, 1 5, 1 8, 1 7. You know, we're just gonna play the Arcana card now. Because unless I have a Cups card, I have a 5 of Cups. We'll play the World right now. And win the challenge just like that. Okay, and apparently we didn't need to. Alright, well, whatever. We're still doing this. So, I mean, it's too late. We've played it. We can't unplay the card that we put it on the board. In the end, it could not break you, and that which does not destroy you makes you stronger. Kiss of the Maiden. During the results phase of any challenge option that has the poison or evade trap type, you are immune to the 3 points of health loss. Oh, that might occur. Really? Even evade traps reduces the damage we take from them. I thought it was only poison. Interesting. Alright, this is actually a really good edge then. Another air talisman, the Storm Cloud. Do I have any experience points? We do not. We have a talisman edge over here in our stealth specialist, but there's no guarantee this will be able to give me something that would target swords. It's probably cups talismans it works on, which we don't have none of. Anyway, let's keep going. Not bad, Tim. All right, we have the key for this deck, so let's do it. Now that you have the key, you should be able to play the deck in relative safety. A 10 of Cups. We have the Page of Cups. Let's just immediately win the challenge. We have an Ace of Pentacles. We don't need to flip that over quite yet. The Queen of Swords can get our Ace. The King of Swords can get our 4. We'll use our Page on the 2. Our King has to be played on the 5. Take that Page with our Knight. And take the Ace with our Knight as well. You light the candle, invoke the words in the key corresponding to the current hand, and you deal out the next 2 cards. The Shield and the Dagger. The candle flickers out, but you have a vision. No, it isn't a vision. It's an urge to deal out 1 more card. Merlin's Cap. You have continued the game and dealt 2 more cards. The candle flickered out, almost as if someone or something had blown it out. You relight the candle and decide how to proceed. Well, let's complete the quest. You feel the need to draw 1 more card, but you hesitate. You sense it might be risky. You draw 1 final card from the deck. Blood. You feel faint. Your vision begins to blur. You think that you are looking down a long black tunnel. A wave of red is approaching. You awaken in a cold sweat. You have no idea how long you've been unconscious. Mind Shield, a psychic ability. Psychic talent. Use of this talent adds 8 points of psychic pushback. We'll have to explain that later. I can't look at what this does from here, so we'll take a look at it later. Justice! Another Arcana card. One of my favorite Arcana cards. Alright, not bad. Hold on, let's go back to the main menu and continue the game. Alright. We also have 2 more experience points. Let's put those there. Right, so what do we get? Merlin's Cap. +1 Pentacles. Whenever you might take an impairment card after it has been revealed during the results phase, there's a 50% chance that it will be discarded instead. So, impairments and wounds. They are things that cost you inventory slots, and they're only negatives. There's one that's like a fractured ankle or something, which makes it so you lose 1 cups as long as you have this wound, and flee evade challenges are tougher, for example. Impairments are the same thing, only they affect your wands score, wands and pentacles. Wounds affect your swords and cups for the most part. Alright, so a chance to not be impaired. But mostly it's +1 pentacles that I like from this. You have 8 total pentacles now. We also got Justice. Anytime that you draw an ace in any challenge, you gain a trick-taking point while this card is in your inventory. I really like Justice because I have the uncanny habit of drawing lots of aces in my hand, almost 1 per challenge. So, or that seems to be the case. Happens often enough that I've noticed it. Alright, so let's go here next and see if this is something that lets us interact with the Talisrati generator. More body bags. Well, let's trip another zombie. If we can. Which we can. I'll hold on to the knight. More experience points. Lore perception. Lore puzzle edge. Let's see. Nope, I don't like Coffee Addict. That's a you lose less badly. Nope, that's a lose less badly is Philosopher. Nope, that's a lose less badly is Geek. Nope, Nerd is also a lose less badly. These are I consider to be awful picks. For each revealed and unmatched trick card on the board up to X, where X is the value of the edge, you get a point. What do you think the maximum edge level of this is, huh? 1? Probably 1. Maybe 1 or 2. What else do we have? The face card made in your hand is added to your taking score. If you have only 1 unrevealed trick card on the board, you get a point added to your score, where X is the value of the edge if you don't reveal it. Any initial trick card placed on the board for any puzzle, lore, or perception challenge that is not a face card is bumped down by X, where X is a random number between 1 and the level of the edge. Let's take this one. Lowers number cards. And then I think we'll increase our wands next. What is the level of that edge? It's 1. Let's read this. Any initial trick card placed on the board for any puzzle, lore, or perception challenge that is not a face card is bumped down by 1, where 1 is a random number between 1 and 1. Is what that is. I'm not upset, viewer. I'm just really confused as to it hints this is an edge. I mean, okay. I'm gonna put a break here because I'm gonna ramble a little bit, and I want to make sure I put a time step in here so you guys can skip past this part. Okay, this game is extremely difficult to manage all the various things you have because of the way it's described to you. Lots of text, which has very subtle, slight differences, makes it tricky to know when you use things. And there's a lot of text that you have to read and remember, instead of like icons or images to help you remember these things, and some glossary you can look up to see what those mean. There's many what I would consider to be useless or garbage picks in this game. Lots of them. So many of them. And in the case of an edge like this, where it reads as if it's going to give you the option to level it more, if you can ever find edge upgrades, because there's no guarantee you'll get any of them during your playthrough, And then you find out that, by the way, the random number between 1 and X, that X can only be 1. So your random number is between 1 and 1. That doesn't sound very random to me. Just say freaking 1. Just say, this will lower the if you're going to put a lot of text up there, lowers all trick non-face cards by their values by 1. Done. Done. That's it. That's it. That I can skip it and go to something else that's better. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And there's so many things that work this way. God, this game. And I love the theme of the game, and I have enjoyed the ideas Cryptic Comet came up with, and I have never regretted playing these games. I do feel that they need more time in the oven. That time was long since gone. Like it was never going to happen, and it will not happen now. No way. Now that Cryptic Comics is gone, can't even get the game anymore. So I'm shouting to the void at the moment, complaining. To be fair, there's a whole lot that goes into making a game. A whole lot. A vast amount of it. And especially a game like this. This is a complicated game to probably code up and get running and working. I've looked at the game files to make tweaks and add things to it, and it wasn't easy to go about and doing it. There's no manual. There's no ICD telling me what I'm doing. I'm taking educated guesses as I go and look at the files, and I think I made it work at the end, poking and prodding to see how things were done. So I get it. And Vic was only one person doing all of this. Someone did the music and art for him, and he wrote the gameplay and all the logic herein for the game itself and all his games. And I really appreciate that what he did. And I have not regretted, for the most part, the hours and hours, hundreds of hours I have enjoyed his games for. Phenomenal. I guess the only one I really did not like was Six Gun Saga. Bought it instantly. Played it for about 10 hours, not even that long, probably 3 hours. And I felt like, oh, this is not done yet. This feels like really not done. It needs a lot more time. And then Cryptic Comet stopped existing. No more updates. So anyway, I'm beginning to trail off now and babble a bit more. So I think we stop. So there we go. I vented a little bit. I wish these descriptions were better. I can go in and change the descriptions. So I can go into my own files and say, nope, forget it. I'm going to say this is, you get 1. Or I can just have text there that says, don't take this. Maybe I'll do that for next year when we play this game again, viewer. I'll just have a bunch of text for these various edges or feats that describes it in a more sane way. And anything that is skippable will just have the words LOL in it. So I know not that this is a trap, it's an awful edge, feat, or something. Don't even bother looking at it, just move on. Alright, now I'm done babbling. Okay, so hello. You skipped ahead, I'm done venting. Let's pick back up. You're confronted with the creature from some type of horrible nightmare. It towers over 7 feet tall and seems covered in a sickly translucent slime. You can only describe it as a combination of a snail, cucumber, and an octopus. You fight to control your revulsion. This thing is not of our world. It must be from another dimension entirely. You feel overcome with dread and a sickening revulsion. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the strange creature turns to look at you. We probably have a Wands card in our hand. Now, I don't want to lose a horror challenge. No reason not to play the king there. We do not have a King of Pentacles, so the Queen can take our ace. You have no doubt that you can overcome this nightmarish thing that confronts you. After the initial shock of seeing this strange creature passes, you are pretty sure that you can identify it. Remember your briefings on the Tunguska event of 1908. A portal had been opened by this interdimensional race of aliens known as the Telesrati. An invasion had been foiled by a precursor to the Odd when the portal generator was overloaded. It had been a narrowly won victory. An interdimensional war had followed. This creature must be a scout sent over to do reconnaissance. Perhaps the energy of this house served as a beacon to pull it here. It seems to have been working on some sort of experiments, probably working in cahoots with the aliens here in hopes they can get it out of the mansion. You decide to unleash a surge of sorcerer's energy at the Telesrati. These things can feed on such energy and are excellent sorcerers in their own right, so you know it will be difficult, but you think it's your best chance. Ooh, a decent hand, too. Alright, let's start flipping. Play the queen and immediately win the combat challenge. Ooh, good thing we have played our queen there. Would have lost her to the king. We'll play the 7. We're doing very well. You channel everything you have, and despite a putting up a good fight, the Telesrati ends up a puddle of goo. Lumerian fire and arcane energy. Oh, we didn't look at the one whatchamacallit we picked up, did we? No, we picked up a... I can't remember. Hold on. Let's at least put this into Lumerian fire, and then put these 3 into Lore of Quillcloth. Oh, well, we have to look at this. Well, we don't have to. Oh, we don't have to. Let's go. Let's come back. Didn't I gain something else earlier? Mind Shield. All right, let's look at this. Roll a dice and select a played non-face card and transform it into a face card. Then add a trick to the field if space is available. These psychic talents are very powerful and a lot more, in my opinion, easier to understand than many of the other things in the game. But they have something called psychic pushback. The more pushback you have, the more likely you are to draw bad cards. And I think the amount of badness that is present worsens the higher it is. You can also draw bad cards from a successful challenge if you have psychic pushback present. You lose the pushback over time as you walk around. I don't generally play psychics in this game, so I wouldn't be able to tell you more. Okay. We also gained Lumerian Fire. Roll a dice and select X non-face revealed trick cards and remove them from the board, where X is the number of pentacles rolled. Then replace them with random cards from the deck. Oh, okay. So you say, all this stuff, get rid of it. Put some new cards on the board instead. Easy. Easy to understand. I already know how I would begin to replace text with icons in this. Right, anyway, who cares, Tim? No one cares. Let's look at the brain canister. Having dispatched this foul interdimensional monstrosity, you look around and immediately recognize this thing's handiwork. It's been working on creating assistants called brain bots. On the table is a canister containing a human brain. You can't be sure if the thing is even alive anymore. The body has obviously been destroyed. It's kept alive by a network of power cables. Why this one was singled out and not put directly into a crab bot is a mystery. Was it being tortured or interrogated? You notice some odd lights and switches on the outside of the brain canister. You might be able to configure them and see if there's some way to talk to this thing, assuming it's still alive and sane. Ooh, well, we can do nothing about that King of Pentacles. Let's flip the 3 and take it with our page. No reason not to play the Queen. Play the Knight. And we have dominated this challenge. You fiddle around with the switches and stare amazed at the technology that went into constructing this canister. Suddenly a circuit hums into life, and the brain starts talking to you. Courage! More courage! Thank goodness! I haven't been using many of these because we just don't have courage to spend. Alright, so let's increase Flash of Genius once. Actually, we should do this another time. We'll put 1, 2, 3 into critical hit, and then 1, 2, 3 into burst of speed. Greetings! I wasn't sure that you would manage it. I beg that you destroy me. I have been drained of most of my knowledge, and my tormentor was only prolonging my agony as punishment. But first you must ensure that no more of its kind can venture into our dimension. Nearby you will find a machine that powers its gate. Destroy it, please. I will give you the codes to do so. I was able to learn them from the Telesratis. He probed and devoured my mind. So much lost. Return here after you have done this. I want to know that it is destroyed. Then you may put me out of my misery. Alright, well, let's go do it. It's right in the other room here. What's this, by the way? Ah. I think we got this as well, so we should turn that quest in. You have the codes from the brain canister, but the control panel is a confusing mess of symbols. You should be able to grok this one out. You'll need to be careful that you don't put a Tuksunga. Knight of Wands? We only have an 8 of Wands, so we don't want to flip that. Ooh, take the page with our knight and win the challenge immediately. We do have Flash of Genius. We could play it to win more points, but we'll hold on to it at the moment. Courage is still something we don't have too much of. You went through the codes correctly the first time. You're a goddamn genius. Let's go turn this quest in too. Oh, we could try betraying the demon, but I never betray this one. This one, I think, was telling us the truth. So we'll complete the quest. Against your better judgment, you throw the slip of paper with the demon's name into the fireplace. You see sparks of blue and green, and the demon laughs with delight and then disappears. You receive your reward as promised, but you sense there might be some strings attached. There is no strings attached. At least, not that would impact the game. Oh, 1 experience point, though. Screw you, demon. Alright, let's get a point of wands. And then... this is going to be a mistake, but we'll go for a Talisman Edge. I think it's a waste of experience points, because I don't think it's going to let me... Should we talk about this really quick? Nah, who cares? You guys don't care. You're to enjoy me walking around and rattling off to you guys about how the cards have been bad to me yet again, and yet somehow we still travel down to the basement every year like a god, dodge all the traps, find the final room, and defeat it without any trouble. So maybe I've been wrong all these years about how difficult this game is. Okay. Have you destroyed the generator? Please tell me yes. You tell the brain canister that the generator has been destroyed. The brain in the canister nearly giggles with joy. You go to fulfill your pledge and remove the power cables, but it interrupts you. Stop! I wish to help you further. On the Telesrati's sash is a power unit. Plug it into my canister, and I will have time to help you further if you wish to let me ride along. I may prove useful, as I heard it talk of this place in great detail. We get another companion. Does take an inventory slot. You get +1 card and trick for any lore challenges. And at the beginning of any lore challenge, 2 random chicks are also placed on the board in the scribe table. We get 4 cards, supposedly, flipped over as scried with that inner inventory. Okay. Oh, another alien officer. He's a lot easier to defeat because he's down here on the ground floor. Alright, let's do it. We could use the bullets. And okay, hand 3 face cards. Start with the knight. We can't really do anything about you. Ooh, king. You can have our ace. Seeing the ace means that we already have a trick-taking score, a point thanks to justice. We'll play the 5 here. We can take the 7 with the 8. We can take the 8 with our queen, and we've won the challenge. Sorry, I'm hesitating because I'm thinking, should I use the gun here at this point to play the 3? Then I can target the 3 and up it, so I know this is... I get used to using the gun, but no, we don't need to use the bullets yet. Okay. We have beat another alien officer. We were lucky to get bullets from this. Very good. 2 bullets only, still. 2 more bullets, we will take those. Oh, what just happened? Oh. Okay. I have a Blue Yeti microphone viewer, and my headset is plugged into it to hear. It has a volume dial that I constantly am hitting whenever I lower my arm. So sometimes suddenly I don't hear anything. Like I can't hear the little bit of audio feedback I would have on the in my headset to tell me that I'm recording. I'm sorry, that my mic is on and not muted, which I use pretty rarely to make sure that I'm not having recording issues. Alright, you hand over the boffin juice to the creepy mad scientist. Excellent, yes, that will do nicely. I'll be able to complete my work without any fatigue. I should bottle this and sell it. Call it something like hours of energy. At any rate, here is your reward. Look over in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not either. Strength. +1 swords bonus. Replenish all ammo for any items in your inventory that require ammo after discard is used to take a trick. Alright, well, we should get the second quest for him. Dr. Laszlo Benway remains hunched over his workbench, maniacally pursuing whatever weird experiment he has sought up now. He pays you no attention, now that he has again lost his work. You note that the boffin juice does indeed seem to have boosted his work rate. He's obviously absorbed in his work, but fetching him some boffin juice is a bit trivial. Maybe he has a more important task. What does this do again? X revealed non-face trick cards and bump their values down. Okay, gotcha. So play it at the very end. Potentially lets us take points from cards that we matched but didn't have the ability, the values to actually win with the first time. Yes, well, now that I know you can be trusted, I have a more meaningful task for you. It seems one of my experiments has run off. More plant than man, actually. Disappointment, but an expected one. I need a tissue sample once you find it, and then do be so good as to destroy it. Right. Off you go. Let's save the game before we take a talisman edge. And then we've been playing for about an hour, so I think we're going to stop. Let's spend these experience points first. It's a water talisman. Or Sword of Air. Really? So we have a fire talisman that we started with. And then we picked up 3 air talismans. So we have no water talisman, which is what Cups is all about. So taking this was indeed, generally, going to be a trap. We would be able to pick something that we wouldn't have any of, and we wouldn't be able to really benefit from this at all. These either make talismans show up more frequently, or reduce the chance that they release. Now, we do, however, have Sword of Air here, which is an odd thing to have in water, you might think, but it does work with water. I can't remember if I added this to the... No, I didn't. No, I think this has always been here. Yeah, this has always been here, because I restored I restored the talisman thing in particular to its original format, I think, when I was running into trouble with script errors. Anyway, what this does is it'll give us +1 swords for every air talisman we possess, and we possess 3 of them. So our swords is going to go from 7 to 10. I can't think of why we wouldn't choose that. It won't do it until we take a step. Oh, or maybe, yeah, there we go. Now it's 10. All right. I mean, that's a no-brainer. We definitely want more points in swords if we can do it that way. And now our character's like a god. Our stats are so super high. The game's going to be kind of disgruntled now. I'm sorry, game. This feels a little bit cheaty. But I don't see why I would not do that. And the plant guy's over here somewhere, isn't he? He's on the 2nd floor. There he is. How about... Well, we haven't found the robot, and it's suddenly up in the attic. We can go and quickly turn that quest in. Sorry, this quest in. We have 2 more token draws until we need to get to the basement. What quest do we have left to do still? Oh, not many. Let's go to the Plant Man. A class 1 haunting. So let's get her. That's it. That's the whole plan. Get her. 7 of Swords. Ace of Cups. We'll play the Page. 2 of Wands. I'll hope for a better target for our Queen. We'll play the 5. We will play our Knight on the 7. And we have dominated this encounter. And it wasn't a better card, but we're still able to play our Queen. You got her good. No one's going to believe how you did it, and you're not sure you are either. Holy courage and experience points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's keep going. I want to get this Plant Man's bits for the doctor. But we'll, oh wow, killing him and taking a sample is actually tougher than killing him and faking a sample. So let's do that. Though neither are very difficult. Oh, by the way, you see the tricks? How that says 13? You can never have more than 10. This is a heads up. So you don't get 13 tricks. You only ever receive 10. In that regard, increasing your draw or lowering your target number, if you know you're going to get up to 10 tricks, is a better choice for your level up picks. Benwick and Rotten Hell. Decide to mercy kill it and then create a fake sample. That should set his so-called research back a bit. Oh, only 1 face card though. And the rest of this is not too remarkable for our hand. Do we hold on to the Knight? I think we do. I don't think we're going to fail this. Oh, we can use the Luger here, huh? And we have Lumerian Fire and Ray of Chasmodai. Should we need to play those? We can take... let's use our gun. So we'll play the 4 on the 6. Then use our Luger. There's no bone roll required at all for the gun. Right, it doesn't say it needs a roll on the Luger. Yeah, just choose a card, get 2 points, level it up twice. Alright, not bad. We can take this 7 with our 8. Oh, that was a good use of our gun then. Alas, we cannot do anything about the Queen. Take the 8 with our 5. We are absolutely winning the challenge. Alright, not bad. And we actually had a nice trick deck up here too. We were able to take most cards. You put the thing out of its misery and scrape up some of the mold from the floor and put it in the sample dish that Benway gave you. The Chariot. Your successful flee challenges are converted automatically into evasions, allowing you to stay in the location where the challenge occurred while this card is in your inventory. So we're no longer forced back. We have the option to push forward. This will be useful down in the basement if we're trying to run from some horrific monsters down there and have to flee. We won't need to score very high in the flee results category to stay where we are. We have 9 experience points. Let's level our wands the final time. And then we can take a Flee, Evade, Hide, Edge. Oh, always like scrying. Even so, have I been wrong all this time? Let's read. At the beginning of any flee, evade, or hide challenges, X random tricks placed on the board are in a scryed state, where X is the level of the edge. It should equal the number here. All right, well, I'm gonna choose see the angles. Let's turn this quest in, viewer, and then we'll call the session. Looking very good. We can probably go to the basement now, actually. We have plenty of time left on the story token track. Though I do like poking the attic, though, and fighting off the bone monster up there. Could also just go downstairs and turn in the musician's quest to wrap things up. You hand over the sample to Benway and tell him that the creature has been destroyed. Excellent. I'll be able to use this sample to cure countless diseases. I couldn't have been able to do it without your help. Of course, I could make a nice biological weapon as well. Choices. At any rate, here is your reward. Look over in the box over there. You might find something that you like. You might not either. A shotgun! The Remington shotgun. Oh my goodness. Well, now I think we're unstoppable, so maybe we should go to the basement next episode. Dr. Lenzel Benway has again returned to his work, seemingly having forgotten your presence. He remains hunched over his workbench, maniacally pursuing whatever weird experiment he has thought up now. You wonder if this is some type of... if this is some strange ritual that he somehow draws pleasure from. We could just take out the shotgun and blow his head right off. If we want to do that, maybe we'll do that. I'm not sure. You shouldn't put a shotgun like this in the hands of an odd agent, Benway, if you're on their wanted list. But I think we'll go find the robot instead. Anyway, viewer, that's it. Leave. Let's go look at the shotgun really quick. So first off, all combat challenges now get this option added to them, Shotgun Blast. And we have Tight Pattern, which is usable in combat, similar to the Luger. Select the non-face played card and bump its value up +3. Alright, so it's exactly like our Luger, only it's +1 more point. Why don't we use our Bandolier? I think... oh, no. Right-clicking makes you discard something in your inventory. I haven't seen that in years. So we'll go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2. Okay. Alright, guys. So that will do. That's an amazing reward right there at the very end. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, it'll be the attic. After we get the quest for Benway to find his robot, which I suspect will be in the attic this time. And then that's it for us. It might be in the backyard, the robot. Sometimes it's back there. But we'll still give it a peek. And once we finish the attic, though, we're heading down. If robot or not, find the robot, we'll turn the quest in. Otherwise, we're heading down to the basement and wrapping up, or beginning to try to wrap up this particular effort to figure out what these lights are, to just defeat the aliens. All right, I'm babbling. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.